Glenn Parker, thanks for joining me. I just wanted to do a very quick intro for this video. This was between 92 and 94. I visited the Sequoia National Park with my wife at the time. It's a beautiful place. Very, very, very nice energetics there. Seems to be very calm, very, very, very old trees. And we went to the Boyden, I think that's how you pronounce it, the Boyden Caves and Caverns. And you'll see that in the video. And there's, just, it's epic. I've seen videos on YouTube, the newer ones, updated ones, that are more recent within the last few years. So I just wanted to share this with something that I went through the archives and I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. It feels like that would be nice just to share and have for people to see what it looked like then. It's probably a small variation to what there is now. So I just wanted to put that up there in an effort to put as much content out there as possible. I think this is something that's been sitting on the shelf. It's been sitting there for years and years, decades. And I think that it'd be nice to share that so that somebody wants to be able, maybe they can't get there, or maybe they want to take a vacation there. This could be a pivotal item to make a decision of what you want to do. So thank you very much for joining me again, Glenn Parker. Have a great day.
slowly get behind all that.
In the early 1800s by a tribe of Menanche Indians, they used Cedar Grove as their hunting ground. They are credited with finding the cave, even though there is no proof they were ever actually inside. Apparently this particular tribe of Indians believed dark places held evil spirits and would not go inside. In the late 1800s, the government had a group of surveyors. They were camping across our river. Early one evening, they saw bats flying out the side of the mountain. The next morning, they climbed up to investigate, and that's when this cave was officially placed on a map. Excuse me, in the late 1800s, excuse me, I'm sorry, I've had a rough morning. In 1906, Putt Boyden, the cook of the Hume Lumber Camp, which is now Hume Lake, he'd heard rumors about this cave. He kind of fancied himself a miner, so he came down here looking for gold. Although he didn't find any inside the cave, he did like this place enough to call it his own. He put his name on it, built his house right up front where we're standing, and constructed a wall here behind him. Now, he gave tours to anyone who was interested, and his tours were just a little bit different than yours. They consisted of a 2-day pack mule ride down from Grant, a scout up the side of the mountain the way I came, a walk through the cave by candlelight or lantern, back down the mountain, and 2 days back by mule. Like I said, he did this for anyone who was interested, but I really don't think business was booming. In 1916, unfortunately, he caught pneumonia, and while hiking back to the Lumber Camp for medical attention, he caught hypothermia about 200 yards out and died. No official record anyone was inside between 1916 and 1929. Between 1929 and 1939, they had a chain gang or convict labor. They came in and constructed Highway 180. That's why it's crooked. Yeah, okay. Try again. Dead. You pass by, and if you have any questions, ask me, and I'll be more than happy to repoint everything out to you. Right now, we're in our pancake room. This is one of the largest rooms inside the cave, and it's very special because it contains all 5 types of formations that we're going to find throughout. If I can get everyone to turn around and look on the ceiling here behind them, this is our first. This is a group of stalactites. These cling tightly to the ceiling, and to be more precise, this particular group is called soda straw stalactite. Exactly 1 drop thick, and if you were to break these off, you could drink out of them. They call this particular formation the Upside Down City, and it's been dated at approximately 40,000 years. The counterpart of the stalactite is also behind you, but it's down on our shelf. This is a stalagmite, a column that grows from the ground up and might reach the ceiling if it grows high enough. On the wall behind me, we have what's known as flowstone. This is the closest thing we can get to rock in motion. It looks just a little bit like lava. Above us on the ceiling, we have ribbons, which are short versions of the draperies you're going to see in our archway as you pass by. Also, if you look on the draperies, you're going to notice some bumpy, prickly rock. We call this popcorn rock or cave coral. Those are our 5 major types of formations. There is a 6th, which we call a shield, and I'll point that out to you when we get there. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the cave was made before we continue on. Approximately 3 million years ago, the Kings River, which is below us, was once above us, and the rock we're standing in was limestone. At one time, they were stone pools. As the water drained out, the calcite remained to form the walls. As the process continues to repeat itself, they will eventually grow closed and form popcorn rock, or they'll look like the wall here behind you. Has anyone got any questions? Okay, if you guys want to mosey on down the stairs, there's a dirt cleared area. If you want to have a seat for me, we need everybody immobile for about 5 minutes. Yeah. About that when we come back to this room in a little bit. Right now we are at the center of the cave. We have about 500 feet of passageway at our right-hand side and on our left-hand side, and about 1,500 square feet of solid marble above us. Most people panic when we tell them about this because this is California. Everyone knows about the earthquakes. But we are in the safest place possible if one does strike. Earthquakes travel through solid land, and since there's a gap between the wall behind me and the wall behind you, it would stop at either side and would not continue forward. The only proof we have of this is the soda straw stalactites you saw in the pancake room. Those were dated at approximately 40,000 years old, and they'll break if you blow on them harshly. So I think if they haven't dropped in that amount of time, they won't. So we're pretty safe. Also, another thing was noticed, it's starting to get chilly in here, at least I am. This cave has a year-round temperature of 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius. Now, this is maintained by what we call the reverse chimney effect. We have two exits on the right side that are up high in the cave. Let's get that so everyone can Let's move back here. Generally, they hang out in the entrance of the cave when we are what I've learned in the past few months. So, I'm thinking about it though, it's interesting stuff. Every time we go walking now, I'm like scanning the rocks. I did find some crystals, which is really neat. And like mica and quartz. It's just incredible. I was like, wow. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's right. Wait.